Hey there, friend. In this episode, I'm going to break down why you should focus on other channels in addition to social media marketing if you want to see those real big results for your business. This one is especially for you if you've been putting all of your time, your energy, your effort into growing your social media followers, and basically you're just living on social media. Now, before we dive in, I just want to say, honestly, thank you so much for continuously joining me on the More Than Social podcast. It has been about 14 months now, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me, but it has been an honor to come on here and chat with you and just teach you a few things. So I hope you've been learning a lot. I hope you've been implementing what I'm teaching you here. But as we end this year off, I want to really set you up for success to hit the ground running hard come the new year. And really, that comes down to understanding how to leverage digital marketing to its fullest for your business. That all starts with understanding why you shouldn't only focus on social media marketing. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that social media is the end all be all for growing their business online, but really it's not. So that's why I want to jump on here live for you and explain why that's not the case and really what other channels you should focus on for the online world. So first of all, what do I actually mean by social media marketing? What is social media marketing? So in short, when you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, whatever, all the content that you see on there, that's social media marketing, especially if it's coming from an entrepreneur, a business owner, an influencer. Now, there are a bunch of different social media platforms out there that you can use for your business. So like I said, there's TikTok, there's Twitter, there's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Pinterest, there's Snapchat, or even LinkedIn. If any of those online programs are somewhere where you create content and you can engage and build a relationship with people across the world, it's social media marketing. So the everyday user, they're using social media for their personal use. They're connecting with their friends, their family. Maybe it's for inspiration every day or entertainment. Maybe it's education. But from a business perspective and how you and I use social media, it's to promote our businesses, sell our products and services, reach more people outside of our current circle. So it can boost your brand awareness. It can drive traffic to your website. It can help you generate leads. And of course, it can help you drive sales. It can also connect you with your clients or your customers and create this community around your brand. But essentially, at the end of the day, social media marketing, it typically involves creating content designed to be shared on social media. So that's your feed posts, that's your stories, that's your reels, that's whatever, anything you do online. So on top of just the content you put out there on your platforms, you can also use the back end of social media to run paid advertising. You all know I love that side of it. But essentially, you can put a post in front of your dream client anywhere in the world and get them to take a specific action on the back end of social media. So that's a long story short version of what social media marketing is. Now, I'm not saying that it's not important to use to grow your business. It is very important to be as active on social media as possible, but it is not where you should only put your focus, okay? And actually, if you rely too much on social media marketing, it can actually be counterproductive for growing your business. So first of all, social media platforms, they're constantly changing, and what works today may not work tomorrow. I find that those people who focus so much attention on social media, they struggle to keep up with the latest changes, the trends, and all of that stuff. It is also so time consuming. And from a business perspective, it's so important to remember that time is money. There's a reason why I automate a lot of my social media marketing. That way it can run for me while I put effort and spend my time focusing on other income producing aspects of my business. And another big thing that I want to point out with social media, especially if you're on it all the time, you don't own your account, okay? You could be hacked tomorrow and lose everything. I hope that doesn't happen, but it could happen. The platform could actually shut down tomorrow and you lose everything. You could lose your entire business. Or a new platform could pop up tomorrow and you just need to start from scratch. So seriously, there is so much going on with social media. And again, I'm not telling you not to put any effort into social media marketing. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm trying to point out that it's not the only place where you should be putting all of your attention, especially if you really want to leverage the online world and you really want to use it to your advantage to grow your business. So instead, I suggest looking at social media as part of this larger marketing strategy. There are a number of other avenues that you can go down to help you grow your business in the online world. The ones that I focus on specifically are podcasting, blogging on my website, and my personal favorite one, and probably the most important avenue that you can focus on, is email marketing. So let's talk about podcasting for a second, okay? Now, I didn't get into podcasting until about 6 years into my business, but it's really one thing that I've learned to find a love for. It's a completely different platform and a way for me to connect with my audience other than social media. Now, Tim Ferriss, he actually says that podcasting is the best way to make a personal connections with millions of people. And I couldn't agree more. You get to hear my voice. You're hearing my personality. But if I could break down really why I love podcasting to grow my business, I think I could categorize it probably in 3 main reasons. Or really, these are the 3 reasons why it can actually be super beneficial and powerful from a marketing side of things. So first of all, you can reach a wider audience compared to social media because of how convenient it is for your audience. So with podcasting, you can listen to it while you're commuting, while you're working out, while you're doing other activities, not just when you're lying on the couch or in bed and you're just scrolling social media. I also found that it helps me connect with my audience very differently, and it really helps build that authority within my brand. So it allows me to chat with you. It allows me to give my insights, my expertise in a more personal and engaging way than just typing something on social media. And lastly, it's a completely new platform to attract new clients and grow my business. This is because the people who listen to my podcast are more likely to be interested in what I have to offer. Compared to social media, let's say, they may just be following me just for the sake of following me. But I know that you right now, you're listening to this because you want to learn how to grow your business online, or you wouldn't be listening to me right now. So again, if you are looking for a way to reach a wider audience, to connect with your audience, to grow your business, then starting a podcast on top of posting on social media, it's a fantastic place to start. And actually, if you haven't listened to episode 16 on how to launch and grow your podcast, I recommend checking that episode out. If you have a goal of starting your podcast, Simona's on there. You'll love her. She gave a lot of good tips. Now, another option for you to focus on, instead of putting all of your eggs into social media, is actually going back to the old school method of blogging. Now, I'm saying old school method because this is really where the online world started before social media was as big as it is today. But blogging, it is still a very important piece of the puzzle. Again, it comes back to being able to connect and really just engage with your audience in a different method. And you own your blog content. Plus, it's another way to reach a wider audience for your business. So with your blog, by sharing informative content on your blog, you're going to attract new readers who may not have heard of your business before. I also find that it helps build trust, build that credibility with potential clients by showing that you are an expert in your field and that you are the business that they can actually trust. So with blogs, I suggest focusing on providing value-based content, and you can even embed that podcast episode, or let's say you have a YouTube video, directly into your blog. Now, another big aspect of blogging is your ability to build audience through the Meta pixel. So without getting too in depth with it, Meta, which is the owner of Facebook and Instagram, they have a code that you can place on your website, you can place on your blog, and it tracks who goes to that page and what action they take. From an advertising perspective on social media, you can then put ads directly in front of those people who have visited your blog, and essentially you're creating this web of you. Oh, and another really big one with blogging, it helps with your search engine optimization or your SEO for your website, okay? So SEO is all about making sure that your website and your web content are designed in such a way that it actually helps you rank on the search engine result page. So for example, if you were to Google a topic about digital marketing, the goal of my blog would become, I'm one of the first links that you could click. The higher that you rank, the more likely people will find and actually visit your site and land on it and go through all your stuff. And of course, the more visitors that you have, the more opportunity you have to convert them into customers or clients. So all of that helps just by doing a blog. Now, like I said earlier, one of the best ways to grow your business online is to focus on email marketing. So I've talked a lot about email marketing this year, and I really, really want to hit this home. Email marketing is one of the best ways to grow your business online. And I'm not talking about getting people to sign up for your newsletter that you send out on a monthly updates with boring stats, okay? I'm talking about using email marketing to build a relationship with your audience and continuously be in front of them. What it does is it gives you this completely different way to stay in touch with your clients, to build that relationship with prospects, your followers, your podcast listeners, and everything in between. It's also a great way to really create loyalty with your brand. So I talked about how you don't own your account with social media marketing. The same thing with podcasts. Unfortunately, you don't own Spotify and all that jazz. You do own, obviously, the content, but with blogs and especially your email list, you own those. Meaning that if anything ever happens with the front end content, so let's say social media disappears, you can always be in touch with your audience through emails. Now, with email marketing, what I suggest is using an email autoresponder. So that's a system that holds all of your email addresses and that will send out mass emails to your list. Now, with those mass emails, I suggest focusing on providing value, just being a real human being, having that conversation with your audience through email that you would have had in person. Now, don't use your email marketing only to sell to your audience. And I say only because, yes, you can absolutely use email marketing to promote your offer, but there's a fine line between overselling and providing value. There are a lot of other methods that you could implement into your business to really, really grow it online, where you're not just putting all of your eggs into social media marketing, but these ones are exactly what I do for my business right now. And actually, before we say goodbye for today, let me just explain how I kind of piece this all together, my entire strategy of how I combine all these methods, okay? So since you're listening to me right now, you obviously know I have a podcast, I have a YouTube channel. So what happens is on Thursdays, my new episodes go live on both channels. I post the podcast across all the podcast platforms, and I post the video version of it on YouTube at the same day, same time they go live. So that way I'm hitting my audience of who loves YouTube and my active listeners on my podcast. Now, what I also do at the same time is I launch a blog. So on my website, lisaann.ca, you can always find a blog about these episodes. On that blog, it gives you this high-level overview of what I'm teaching. And I also embed the podcast episode and the YouTube video directly onto my blog. So that way, the readers in my world, they can decide, do you want to read, do you want to listen, or do you want to watch on YouTube? You pick. It's up to you. Also, what happens is every time I post the blog, it signals to Google that there's something new on my website, and it will help me rank higher in the searches. From there, after I launch my YouTube episodes, after I launch my podcast episodes, after I have my blog ready, I send an email to my email list and let them know, hey, there's a new episode to listen to. From there, they can decide to, again, listen, read, or watch, whatever they want to do if they're interested in that topic. And lastly, on my social media, I'll promote my episode on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on TikTok to get my followers to head back to the blog, YouTube, or podcast episode and just listen in. So I have essentially created this entire web of me where I'm providing this ongoing value to my audience. I love educating you. I love talking about this stuff. And I'm here really just to help you grow your business. But you need to realize this. Every single thing that I teach you is exactly what I'm running in my business right now, plus exactly what I run in all of my clients' businesses and what I teach in my online programs. The overall strategy I'm talking about, I've been running this for 7 years, but we tweak as technology adapts, as we change as users. But regardless, the entire goal of today's episode is really just to help you realize that you don't need to, and you really, really shouldn't put all of your time and energy and focus into social media marketing. It's a small piece of the puzzle to a complete digital marketing system. And actually, I do have a guide that breaks down all the pieces of digital marketing that I would suggest sign up in your business. So what I'm going to do, I will link that right down below for you. That way you can get all this kind of summarized in one document and you can start implementing it. But as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on social media. So you can find me at Lisa Ann Coaching. Or if you need help setting this all up, I want you to check out the Spotlight Theory program. So this program is where I teach you how to set up your complete digital marketing strategy. So what I'm going to do is I will link that down below for you too. But regardless, I hope you have the best day today. Thanks so much for hanging with me. I will talk to you next week where we're going to dive even deeper into digital marketing. So I'll see you then. Bye for now.